Okay, Kailana, this could be a position for a depressed person, right? On the ground with the duvets and stuff, yeah, on the floor, all right? Sleeping, basically, or resting, let's say. I'm quite tired and I'm getting my injection tonight. But I just wanted to make a point of, like, when you're down, depressed or feeling down, um, and when you're in a state, or like you could be on the ground, like me here, um, you, just resting, you know. I'm not depressed now, to be honest, but I just want to make the point that, do force yourself sometimes to make a video, even if you're down, because I'm there, definitely I'm there, and there'll be other people there too, that'll be interested in helping you get out of yourself, and yeah, so I've missed your videos, and I'm really glad that you've done that video. And oh, Jesus, it comes across nearly like that I said do a video, do a video, God, uh, I know it's not that, but anyway, it is a shame, and I'm gonna mention in this video. God, he'll have the attention span for however long YouTube put this up for, because the other video I did was 15 minutes. It was like this. It was a direct upload. The direct upload thing doesn't work for me. I recorded with it like I'm doing now, and it won't, more than likely show all the YouTubers the 15 minutes if I go, forget about it. Now I've forgotten my point. So we've got that similar thing. Oh yes, I remember now. The point. Yeah. One of the points of why you didn't do videos. Because of him. We have to laugh at him because, like, really, um, he laughs at everybody else, and we've been polite. We've been really, really polite with him in general. I mean, of course, I've done some creative videos over the years, but we've been generally polite, and we've done our best to try and get him in to talk rather than to come in and shout, And I'd say, Kailana, that you're no angel either, because I'm going to say I'm no angel on being polite all the time, or I've been aggressive, and I've violent in my life. I know how it is to have short fuses, and and to explode, um, and I'm sure I'll explode again at some point, in the future. I mean, I'm not fully rehabilitated myself on the level of being calm as much as I should be, So anyway, loads of topics here. My memory is also crap, but I have noticed I do remember my name and I do remember where I live, and I also I'm kind of laughing at my position here on the ground. And explaining that I'm on the ground. You could imagine I'm on a mattress, but I'm actually on the ground. I had a friend staying over last night, so I gave him my mattress. That's why. Anyway, there you go. Now, point is this: it's great that you're doing the videos again. Um, and I'm saying that we have to laugh at him, really, um, you know, and nearly laugh with him. Don't leave him alone. We laugh with him. Sure, fuck it. Sorry about the language, Colin. I know I hate the language, but we laugh with him because we should be virtually with him in his room, because he is a lonely person. He generally looks for the attention, seeks attention, like demands attention is what he does. I mean, he wouldn't have an audience at an artistic performance. He'd be on stage going, "Are you watching?" Jesus, and everybody would leave. But anyway, here's the point: can't let people put us off. You know, I mean, Kalana, you've done excellent work, and it is work, and it's unpaid work. It's voluntary. You've gone around the internet helping people with advice, and some people, of course, haven't liked your advice, but most people have. You know, the ones that don't like your advice and say you're not this and you're not that, and that your information can't be correct because you're not what you say you are. And those people, truly, I'd give them the two fingers if I could be bothered. You know, so and your comment to me, Carlana, I hope this takes. I really hope at least. I'm going to go to 15 minutes and hope that at least this start gets taken. Okay? Fuck. So 10 more minutes. Oh, trying to not curse, even though I just said the F word again. And yeah, what am I saying? Oh, what was I saying? Oh, God. It is amazing. Oh, yes. Comment. But I was going to say also that it's amazing how with a little bit of testosterone for me, how everything can just be glued together, like my brain, my memory, my positivity can stay in my head, you know, blah blah blah, all that sort of stuff, my energy levels, my erections, stuff like that, you know. Okay, your comment on my self, you said, you know, oh, it's great that you're in you basically said it's great that you're in a good mood, a happy mood, you know, a huge difference now, blah blah. And, I forget exactly the quote, but anyway, the bottom line is that I knew that I would come across weird anyway, you know, from just, let's say, obviously my apartment, all the paintings and stuff. Second of the fact that, you know, a lot of people are still conservative in the world. Uh, Not really in the world, but there's a lot of Americans. Sorry, Colin. There's a lot of Americans on YouTube. You and most of you are pushed around nearly if you're not normal. Again, what's normal? And bottom line is that you know, my look, you know, doesn't go down in conservative circles. Generally speaking, if you don't know me, of course, I've been in many conservative circles, and I get invited to all sorts of 5-star things, this, that, and the other, playing at parties where they're all chic and, you know, rich and whatever, you know, and I fit in perfectly fine, you know. Of course, I do shave then and do my hair, but I keep my hair down. I never put my hair up, you know, for a formal event. They can fuck themselves, you know. Excuse me the language again, but now what the hell? What led me to that point? Memory, eh? Wow. Oh, I'll waffle onto something else, will I? Yeah, okay. There's a fly flying around here all the time. Here he comes now again. Jesus, is there two of them? Maybe it's tag team fly wrestling. I don't know. And they're annoying the hell out of me. But I am such a Christian, not. But I don't kill. That's the thing. I don't kill insects unless they're mosquitoes. Unless they're mosquitoes. Or midges. Yeah, like things that are biting me. Obviously, then I kill them. You know. Now that's not dogs now, and I generally don't get bitten by dogs. If a dog, I wouldn't kill the dog. So let's be clear on that. Thank you. I just wanted to say that it's highly important that you continue doing your thing, and I continue doing my thing. You know, because we have really considerably helped people, not just us, but we have considerably helped people feel more comfortable within their own skin and their own minds, you know. And we've made people feel comfortable within their minds with the body that they have. I mean, an example of take my clothes off, put me on a pedestal naked, and most people with this stage would just say, well, he's a guy with a small dick, no? Small balls. Um, and the reality is, I'm probably a very good example to be a spokesperson for the intersex community, because, you know, most people would think that I'm just a normal guy, you know. And at this stage, and you know, I think we really need to realize that XXYs in general have very similar issues to the majority of females. I'm still not totally fine with calling people males and females and then intersex people or queers or in any level of queer. I don't enjoy the idea that I would have to call myself gender queer, for instance, to explain how I feel. You know, I prefer the word intergender then, you know, even though I think gender is bullshit. So I'm kind of an island on my own level, um, with how intricate my thoughts are on how I see life and humans. You know, I even hate the word human because it's got man in it. There's one fly now. You cunt. Excuse the language again. Calling the fly a cunt. Irish people generally use that word. There's another Irish guy on YouTube. He explains the fact that he likes the word cunt. And a lot of people find that offensive, that word cunt. But I mean, God, you know, people get offended far too easily, and then people don't end up with anything, you know, because they're scared of offending somebody. That's one take. Yeah, YouTube will be like, God, he's talking sense now. Let's turn him off. Because a lot of people don't want to hear sense, and they definitely don't want sense being transmitted through the universe. Because if sense was to be understood, then we'd all just stop crap, wouldn't we? Because it's to see through bullshit. It's transparent, more transparent world. Do you know why the fly is flying around? Because obviously I've been playing, haven't I? And the smells around here are unbelievable. Yeah, so that's probably it. Um, but gotcha. I mean, I'd love to kill the flies. That's the thing. You see, that's a bit of a lesson there. In that, like, I'd love to kill the flies, but I know I shouldn't. You see, and so that should be put on. You know who he should be thinking. You know, I'd love to be a prick to all of these people, but I shouldn't. You know, that's really what he should be thinking about. And just to throw, because we can't not talk about him, we have to talk about him until he really calms down, you know? We have to. Can't ignore him because he doesn't actually deserve to be ignored. He's been ignored a lot in his life. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to ignore him in the first place, and I didn't want to block him and all that stuff, you know? So, um, the basic point here is this, that we've got to continue doing what we're doing, and it's highly important that we be as polite as possible, yeah. But you know, I think fight fire with fire on a level, you know. And I was off of my testosterone, and I kind of suffered for the 3 years, because after a year off of it, I didn't really notice much of a difference with myself. You know, there wasn't really much of a difference. But after 3 years, oh yeah, huge difference. And yeah, I did sabotage my life a bit with going off of it, but I wanted to do it because I wanted to see what I was like without it, you know. Um, and and he explained my childhood so much, you know, because of the negativity that is just natural. It's naturally swirling around somebody who's hormonally imbalanced. I mean, take a typical female. Let's do I have to choose again? Do I have to female? I have to, because you know I just don't see people like that. You know, typical female with their period. You know, um, you know, anarchy. They're agitated by little things. You know, they're highly tired. They can't remember things as they used to in the last few days, like in these period. I mean, it's so similar um, to XXYs anyway. And on Facebook, a lot of XXYs are speaking now, which is great. So it's finally happened. You know, the group is actually active and people are speaking with each other. It's great. And it's all open. Well, no, it's not open now. We've closed the group. But yeah, bottom line is they're saying, like, they're talking about PMT. I've been talking about that for years, and they didn't want to talk about it. They were like, no, we're males, we're men, we're all men. There's still, of course, some people who are like, we're all men, we're totally male, you know, which is just, they're in denial, so you got to give them time. Just like you got to give your man a bit of time as well. But I think we've given him a bit too much time. So I'd like to, you know, announce to everybody that I think it's free enough to swim back in the waters. I think the shark is not so snappy at the moment. Well, let's see. Ciao.